Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Ori Randomizer 2018 tournament, or I guess welcome back might not be the right phrasing, since many of you may have been watching the ongoing match on the Main Speed Gaming channel. Anyway, here on SG3, we have Terra versus madinsane, a preliminary game, well, set of games out of the elimination bracket. On commentary, my name is Grimelios, and I'm joined by Sparek. Hey, Sparek.
Hey, Grim. Wow, this match, I think it's going to be very interesting. The runners here are Terra and madinsane, and both of them are really experienced with the randomizer. They've played quite a lot of seeds so far, and they have given us notes. They are hoping for like a nice seed, but a seed where they can show off some of these strats that they know. So maybe we will get that.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Like Terra, in particular, was actually one of the runners at the Cal Fire marathon like a few weekends ago, doing a master seed. madinsane, for his part, of course, also has master experience. It's kind of like you described. They're both just sort of terrifyingly good opponents. madinsane took second place in last year's tournament. Terra played in last year's tournament. He was actually my doubles partner, so pretty impossible to predict. I think. Of course, this is best of 3, so no matter what happens in the first game, there will be at least one more. But I'm pretty excited to watch.
Yeah, if we look at the brackets here, we can actually see that the winner of this match will have to face Sigma in the next round. And like you can see with the little 2 there, in the previous rounds, in the Swiss round, he actually scored second. So kind of telling you that Sigma is a really scary opponent. That doesn't mean that madinsane and Terra aren't, but whoever comes out victorious after this still has a long road to really win this tournament.
Well, and the fact that this is a preliminary round doesn't indicate that Terra and Mad are worse than every person who doesn't have to play preliminary matches or anything like that. These seedings for the elimination bracket were determined through 5 rounds of Swiss and its randomizer, and the pairings were also random because of Swiss. So, every person who's in the brackets does deserve to be there. That doesn't mean that people who aren't in brackets don't deserve to be there. Just the nature of the beast, I suppose, as far as a randomizer tournament.
Yep, and we're getting started here. So, just like always, the start is kind of slow, getting the 2 pickups, the first XP and the energy cell, and then the pickup by the Frankie. So, guess the first pickup, Grim.
Dash.
42 experience.
We were both wrong. By the way, I have to say, while we're in the early game and it's kind of slow, am I insane, or did I see Terra have the vanilla title screen up? The vanilla Ori title screen is much more blue, like clear skies.
Now that you mention it certainly looked strange to me now that you mentioned it. So
for just a moment, I'm like, there's no, okay. Terra just having a bit of pre-match fun. We found the first skill. It's Charge Flame.
Yeah, Charge Flame. You can see some excited mouse movement from madinsane there.
What do you think of the early Charge Flame? Like, what are some of the pros and cons, you think?
Well, for now, it doesn't really open up much apart from the 1 blue wall, which will give us 1 more pickup. But there's probably some more progression in terms like wall jump or charge jump that will give the needed verticality to use the Charge Flame to actually make the Spider Sack area play, and that's a pretty slow play. And when you get Charge Flame this early, it probably means that this is your way of going to Swamp and to Grotto, so they're in for quite a walk maybe in this seat.
Yeah, that's true. Energy management may or may not matter as well. Having the early Charge Flame hurts a lot more when it costs the full energy, and it gets a little bit easier. Well, there's Climb, I suppose. I was going to say it gets a little bit easier when you unlock Charge Flame efficiency.
madinsane is checking the fake Flippers pickup here. It was just experience, and so he opted to not keep it. We can see Terra using that Charge Flame. He also found Climb, so he can continue here. Does need to refill his energy, though, in order to check this petrified plant, which is probably what he's going to do now before checking the Charge Flame tree.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That's not like a big time loss or anything. Got another energy cell, though. That's actually very valuable at the moment. It's just a bit of an annoyance. Over on the right side, we have Mad kind of in a similar situation, so he does have to go refill his energy as well.
Pretty much only behind because of his fake flippers check with the pickup. Terra did not check that. So maybe a little bit of a knowledge advantage for madinsane, but since it was just experience, it's not like Terra has really lost anything. So he's ahead now by just this little lead. We'll be checking these other pickups. And so far, only really experience and ability cells, but
I do like this.
Flippers.
Yeah, you mentioned the fake flippers. It is just one pickup, and it's not in logic, but for runners at this caliber, logic doesn't mean a whole lot. So that was smart by Terra, not only to go check it, but to use the extra energy cell to save scum that pickup, save himself a trip back. Now he knows for sure that Mad didn't start off with like an early dash that he missed or something, you know, ludicrous like that.
And just like that, they are also synced, or maybe they don't appear synced now because madinsane is actually making the play for this left pickup first. It might very well be a map stone, but it's not. So he's going to continue to climb and check these other pickups. He's not using the boulder here, which this thread can be a little hard with just climb, but he manages it nicely. It actually finds sunstone and another energy cell. Wow, really worth the trip.
To be honest, I'm more excited about the energy cell than the sunstone. The sunstone is, of course, one of two dungeon keys that will be required before the very end, which is good because it means that if the water vein clue appears early, it's going to just change the way that Mad and Terra end up playing the seed. Terra took a fall. He's going to die and just do it again. I think that's the smart call. Probably faster than pulling the rock.
Yeah, he would have to die there because he didn't have enough health to do another like damage boost there. Yeah, I think it was a good idea to just die there. He was showing us that he has no really problems making it up there with climb. So yeah, that's a stone.
We saw a little bit of a split. At first, madinsane was the one who checked fake flippers, and as a result, Terra gained a little bit of a lead. Now Mad is in a small lead because Terra went and checked the keystone next to the map stone, and madinsane didn't. What's interesting is that Mad, with climb in his arsenal, now can go to Blackroot if he wants to, but is actually going to go off to the left and probably check both Spirit Caverns and that map area at the same time. Just wants a few extra pickups.
He's actually using the time that it takes for the keystone door to open to check this map pickup, which that's a time efficient play. We see Terra though going for the Blackroot Burrows play that you just mentioned, Vermelius.
It's an interesting decision. Hard to say that it's I mean, either play is technically a gamble, right? Because it's randomizer and you don't know exactly where anything is. Basically, Terra's logic, if I had to guess, is I know that Spirit Caverns is available. I know that the map is available, but I know that I might get nothing over there, whereas going to the dash tree is definitely, unquestionably progression, even if it's, you know, progression that's kind of tedious to work through with climb only in Blackroot.
Yeah, even if this progression just means finding more keystones to make it actually all the way up through Spirit Caverns. But madinsane is already on 3 keystones, and he still has 2 pickups which he can get. Might find another keystone which would enable him to keep going here. Yep, that's the 4th keystone. So he can go through to Valley entry. It's gonna look for a micro ledge, which is not too hard to get with climb.
This is a keystone that's trivial to get with wall jump. There he got the micro ledge. Mad's just going to play it safe. Man, that flower was just taking its time. Got over to the wall, still not out of the woods. There we go. Mad had to take a health refill in order to damage boost at the bottom. Does have 4 keystones, but is going to decide to not open the door to Grove. Why do you think that he may have chosen to not do that, Spark?
Well, he has already checked the charge flame tree area, so maybe he wants to save the keystones. It's fairly likely that he will find further progression here in Blackroot Burrows.
Yeah, that's right. The other thing is that you mentioned the spider sack area earlier, which there is a decent likelihood that that will be the, you know, the logical area that the logic expects you to go to. That area is slow to go through, and without additional verticality and without 4 energy, you have to leave a bunch of pickups behind, which is just kind of a pain. So there is some logic, I think, in clearing out an area like Blackroot before continuing along that path.
Yeah, we can find quite a lot of pickups in Blackwood, actually, especially if the runners opt to do this little sequence break at the end where they can make the boulder not damage them by doing a save anywhere, which will give them like 2 more pickups and maybe a map stone. But Terra's only on 1 map stone so far, so he can put that in, but madinsane can't yet. We'll have to find another map stone for that.
Yeah, Terra on the left has made it to the dash room, didn't have any problems in Blackroot that I was able to see, and performed the cutscene stack, a pretty common trick at this point, which will get him
Vanilla
dash.
And Water Vein and Grotto.
That's pretty cool. So dash, everybody knows dash. It's a cool skill and it's real quick. Terra took a fall though. That's okay. That's pretty
barely
fast.
Missed the platform. Barely missed it again by going a different way.
It's the thing about the cutscene stack. Terra's save was like almost in midair, so he just has to sort of calm down for just a moment to get through. That early water vein clue is really, really powerful because the sunstone has already been found, which means there's a decent chance if the water vein is in a reasonable location that they can access pretty early, that Mad and Terra will end up having both valuable dungeon keys, you know, fast enough that they can focus all their energies on rushing trees.
And they can also, they can get every pickup now. Maybe not the.
I'm sorry, I want to interrupt
cell.
for a second. Terra actually, he used Charge Flame Burn, which is an upgraded Charge Flame, gives it increased radius and damage to break the dash plant early. But he also backed up his save in advance to save the ability cells. Very intelligent play.
Oh yeah,
Didn't get anything, but
didn't get anything. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see that, but yeah, it's certainly a smart play. I think there already have been instances where people kind of regretted taking that and not really finding anything for it. So backing up the save is pretty good because of course the ability autosave, so can't get that ability point back.
So I guess we talked about, you know, going to Blackroot. There's the Sorrow teleporter. Apart from that Sorrow teleporter and, of course, dash at the dash tree, I don't think that anything particularly important has been found yet, which means that Terra, of course, will go and, you know, check the map altar and all that good stuff. But afterwards, I think is going to end up going around to the Spirit Tree.
Yeah, he will probably have to. We'll find out shortly what is in this experience pickup, which the friendly Frankie will open up for him. Just an ability cell. So, yeah, actually,
Terra's gonna go energy glitch the door. That's the other thing is there are many forms of progression in the early game. One of those forms of progression is 4 energy, which we don't have. Terra and Mad only have 3 energy, but if you energy glitch the door, then 3 energy will allow you to get through. Terra attempted it and then backed out, just sort of assuming that it's not worth it, is gonna go more along the logical intended path.
Maybe he was thinking about, since he knows that Water Vein is in Grotto, that it would be a good idea to kind of check it as fast as he can, but then he probably remembered about this map stone here, which he hasn't put in yet.
It's a tricky situation. Like, even if Terra had 4 energy, it's a bit of a tricky situation. The reason is that Grotto's a nice place to be. It's a very dense area, and it leads you to double jump, but without additional verticality, you have to leave a lot of pickups behind, which means that you may be required to make several passes through Grotto. To that end, even though Grotto's dense, even though it contains the water vein in this seed, you might want to go around the intended path with the hope that you find verticality along the way. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, sure do. I mean, there's still a lot of things open. The whole of Spider-Sec area, basically, or not every pickup there, but I mean, they can go all the way. And then like Swamp Loop and also Valley Entry, actually. So yeah, there's still a lot of pickups that you can get before Grotto, which kind of could negate the revisit that you would probably have to do.
Yeah, this is fascinating, by the way. You look at the 2 screens, we've seen diverging paths so far from Terra and madinsane, checking different things in different orders, but at this point, it's virtually tied. Terra is just a little bit ahead, but they've both checked 2 map altars, have both cleared out the exact same areas and trees and have the exact same skills. I have to imagine that Map's probably going to check Valley Entrance right when he gets here as well. So, yeah, very, very close.
Ooh, Terra was trying to break the plant with Climb. madinsane is was also probably attempting it, but did not get it. Now Terra's going back for the energy glitch.
Yeah, this is not easy. This trick, I'm sure everyone watching has probably seen it. Yeah, that's a frame perfect trick where you have to put energy in the door on the frame that you leave, and as a result, the energy gets stuck in the door pretty much permanently. And so then you can refill the 3 energy and continue across. This is a very intentional sequence break by Terra, and potentially a powerful one because it is completely out of logic. So we'll see who finds the important skills first.
Yeah, madinsane is not doing that sequence break that Terra was preparing here. We'll go back to the teleporter to reset his energy. He's only on 2 health, so he would not have been able to make the swim through the Death Gauntlet with water still being poisonous. Now he's on 3. Now he's on 2 again after the damage boost, but he can, of course, make a save and get back up to 3.
Yeah, well, this is why it's painful. It's more than just the frame perfect energy glitch. It's having to do this Death Gauntlet, which with climb only, with only 3 health, still pretty low on energy, and that Frankie is just out for Scottish blood, apparently, just taking out Terra a bunch of times. I do want to point out, look how long it took madinsane to open up the lever and all that. Not that he did it badly, it's just like, it took Terra a while to do this sequence break, but I don't think it's as costly as it might appear, because even the intended path is pretty slow at this point.
Finds another energy cell, so he's on Terra, that is, so he is on 4 energy now, which is pretty nice because it opens up these 4 energy doors. madinsane still only has 3 energy, but yeah, I was going to mention it, that he would probably attempt the same energy glitch that Terra attempted and gets it. He can just refill his energy down here, and then he will be able to open this door. And maybe there's progression there, but as I say that, Terra actually finds Stomp in the glide wall swim.
Yeah, Terra had to back out because he would not have survived. We have skills on both sides of the aisle. Terra found Stomp, as I said, had to back out to survive the poison swim. Mad found Grenade, which at the moment is probably more valuable. It allows him to break blue things apart without expending valuable energy.
Okay, and also the Gumon seal. So we know where every dungeon key is now. But yeah, that grenade also, of course, opens up the grenade lock pickups, but like I don't think there are any grenade locks pickups that they really would need now at this point.
Right, there also aren't any grenade lock pickups in Grotto, which means that Water Vein guaranteed will not be blocked by it, right?
Yeah, it won't be. But of course, just something to mention, because Terra did intentionally skip the spider secondary. He might, depending on how the seed go, not ever get his grenade, but he will get glide instead.
Now, this is interesting. That glide pickup is one that madinsane will find. Like, I know what you mean with Terra potentially not checking the spider sack area. I still think that if Terra finds himself in a position where he has to do some searching, he will probably remember that spider sack was the logical play. And unlike Mad, Terra won't have to do the energy glitch on the 4 energy door to get that grenade. In contrast, madinsane will definitely check many of these areas that Terra's checking in Grotto, mostly because of the water vein, but also because they're just easy, fast pickups.
And there are just so many pickups in Grotto, so... well, okay, he's already on 6 energy now, Terra. So, yeah, pretty nice. Even though he doesn't have his grenade, he can use Charge Flame quite a lot. There are lots of plants in Grotto, so that is pretty nice. And like I said, he's mostly looking for the water vein, but with that many pickups being in Grotto, he might find even more.
Yeah, still no health cells from either player, just both of them. Oh god, Terra, be careful. That wall above the laser is terrifying. You'll actually see a lot of runners take a moment and push the rock in. Terra's also sitting at 1 health, has not saved, so he's... Okay, there's the save.
He's listening to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's spooky. I was going to say that having this much energy, it's not as nice as, you know, a double charge jump or some other nice skill replacement, but, like, I don't think any runner's ever going to complain about getting a good amount of energy early. It's just really nice to have for the entire seed.
So, madinsane checked the first grenade lock pickup here in the Swamp Loop. It turned out to just be experience, so no really lock progression there that Terra can't get. Terra, on the other hand, though, is checking the mini-boss. He has Stomp, so it will be a rather quick kill. Also just redirecting the shot with Charge Flame. And we will find out if this is progression.
Yeah, easy peasy. Mad, by the way, I think is on the right, did just unlock charge dash, which means he can do rocket jumps. I think Mad tried to rocket jump up to the health cell, but just had sort of killed all those little slime enemies a little bit too much. Probably not a big deal. I mean, at least we know it's not a dungeon key. Could be a skill.
Yeah, these skills would be the only real thing that he's looking for here. He must have found some mega health on his way as well, because we just mentioned that they don't really have much health. So health cells are probably the other major thing that he was looking for here. I think I just saw something not white. Terra's apart from
Terra found. Apart from wall jump, did I miss it too? I was gonna say I saw the wall jump pickup. Wall jump is not super important right now with climb, but it's still better than climb in many cases, not all cases. I do want to say that I don't think Terra has found the water vein yet. Grotto is a rather large area, so the water vein doesn't have to be in lower grotto. It could, of course, be somewhere high up, but no water vein yet.
Oh, a nice rocket jump to check this pickup here, for which we would need some other kind of verticality. He gets rewarded with his first health cell.
Yeah, meanwhile, Nad is just continuing to be very, very thorough. Again, the path that madinsane is taking is in logic. Everything that Terra did is, well, besides the rocket jumps and whatnot, are also in logic. It's just that Terra got to Grotto early. As I said, partially for just pickup density, but also probably mostly because of that water vein find. It's sort of been working out mostly in Terra's favor, though. Madinsane has found some skills, specifically grenade, but apart from that, Terra's found pretty much everything.
And he is doing a very interesting play here, which we don't see too often. He already has Stomp and Dash, so he's making the play for the grenade tree.
This is in logic, so it makes sense for him to do, and I'm a pretty big proponent personally. I think that Terra would probably agree that if you have to just check something anyway, you might as well check, skill trees, because you might just get what you need along the way. In this case, it's not going to be the water vein. We know the water vein is in Grotto, but apart from that, you could get anything else.
And he will be on his 5th tree now. He doesn't need the clues really, so a tree count doesn't matter that much, but still something that's worth mentioning. He already got his double jump tree and his grenade tree now, so he's a little ahead in trees, but madinsane has checked the whole of Spider Sack area and Swamp Loop, so he's maybe ahead knowledge-wise.
I want to make a correction. A minute ago, I said that light grenade isn't. It's not. The reason is that nice micro ledge by Mad, by the way. The reason that the light grenade tree isn't in logic is that Stomp was underwater, and there's exactly one dirty water pickup in standard logic, and it's not that one. So I was wrong. Still smart by Terra to hit the light grenade tree, but it is not in logic. Also, Terra has wall jump. I hope he didn't forget.
And madinsane just picked up his Stomp pickup. He's out of everything now, on like 0.1 health and no energy. He is oh, look at that. That was a pickup which madinsane was trying to get, but was not able to get because he instantly died to the spikes being only on 3 health.
Man, Terra is just showing off his master knowledge. I mean, madinsane has been as well, playing micro ledges, but like, I had no idea you could check that experience that Terra just checked without double jump. And speaking of double jump / verticality in general, that water vein location is not in standard logic without some additional form of verticality. Could be bash grenade, could be double jump, could be a number of things, but not in logic yet. What that tells us is that that verticality must exist somewhere that is in logic.
Especially when Terra decides to go for the Ginzo play, he probably wants to have some verticality anyway. So that water vein being locked by verticality doesn't really matter that much in that regard. But madinsane will probably not check that pickup very soon here. So Terra's going to stay ahead in having the water vein a little bit. Like I said, unless he really finds some more verticality, he's probably not going to make the Ginzo play.
That's what I'm thinking. It is possible to traverse. Actually, well, keystones aside, Terra does only have 2 of them. It is possible to get to the bash tree right now if you had enough keystones, but it's really painful and unlikely. Still wondering when Terra's going to go find Grenade. If he ever does, he might never have to.
He might not. The grenade lock pickup up here was only experience. Madinsane is doing some pretty interesting rocket jumps off his frog because he doesn't have his needed verticality. Okay, now he will probably show us the very... Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just didn't have enough height to get to the orb. This is just so difficult. I mean, Terra has wall jump. Mad doesn't. Mad has picked up a number of the skills that Terra has missed, like glide and stomp. Hasn't gotten wall jump yet just because wall jump is along the path to double jump. Would you look
God.
at that? Double jump was from map 4. Double jump puts the water vein back in logic. It puts a number of things in logic. It still doesn't put stomp in logic, but it puts a lot more in that pool.
Yeah, it does not put stomp in logic, but the water vein was not stomp locked, so...
Well, this is actually good though, because look where Terra's going as he continues his search. Terra's about to go to the iceless area, and when he goes to the iceless area, I'm pretty sure he hasn't checked the plant down there yet, or the map, excuse me. Neither one, I suppose, but the map is going to get him double jump.
Oh, and that's also pretty nice because he's oh, there's fall on TP. Not really interesting, but he's kind of close to the Ginzo tree as well here, so. It would be pretty nice if he just turns in the mapstone here and then immediately turns for the Ginzo play. I actually forgot that there's a cutscene here now because they have Stomp.
Yeah, the only consideration going to Ginzo is keystones. There are, I think, 6 pickups from the beginning of Ginzo up to the keystone door, and only one of them has to be a keystone. So I guess we'll just have to see if Terra wants to take that gamble. Or he could get that keystone there.
Now he's on 4. So yeah, he's alt Ari here. Maybe the teleporter play is faster and that's what he's going for. But no, he's taking the Sorrow teleporter that he found earlier. On 5 health, that's brave.
Terra is known for making plays that a lesser man would pretty reasonably be scared of. Yeah, so while Terra is doing some really tricksy stuff, I am curious to see how he plans to do this. To be honest, you can break this barricade. He's gonna attempt. Okay. So I was gonna say Terra made it here. Can you make it up top?
Ooh. He can definitely with triple jump, but he does not have that now, so has to alt R here. I had noticed that Madinsane is still on 3 health, so he would like some more health stats.
Yeah, looking at energy, I think they're tied on energy. Which, I was going to say Madinsane is, continuing to be thorough in Grotto, which makes a lot of sense. The water vein is down here, although, of course, it's not actually down here. It's a little bit higher up in Grotto. But from Madinsane's perspective, it does make a lot of sense to check this stuff. Looks like with that Sorrow attempt sort of abandoned for the time being, Terra on the left is going to go to the Ginzo tree. Pay attention to Terra as he goes through here. If Terra finds something like Bash, then he'll pretty much be in go mode.
There are not too many pickups in logic, like apart from all of these one-off pickups. So, oh, he
accidentally door warped. Yeah,
accidentally door warped. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
One of the not so useful door warp locations.
I think one thing that may not matter, but just to point it out, Madinsane, excuse me, has more keystones than Terra. And Madinsane will, of course, lose 2 of them when he opens up the door to double jump, but he's still going to be left with 1 more. Which might not matter, but it might also matter depending on where those keystones are placed.
I think the next progression is probably in Ginzo, but we don't know if it's in the upper part of Ginzo tree behind the next keystone door. But with the skills they currently have, they cannot reach it anyway, I think. So Terra would have to find some other kind of progression before that.
Yeah, that's correct. I'm just looking out for that Bash. If Terra finds Bash, it's over as far as him being able to finish the seed. Nice, almost quick kill on the mini boss. Meanwhile, Madinsane has made it to the double jump tree and backed out. He'll be going back to Grotto, a very comparable play to his opponents, in order to continue his search.
And there are only 4 more pickups, or... Oh, there we go. Charge Jump would enable him to keep going after the Bash tree. And with Climb, it can also be used for Swamp entry, but he has Stomp anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, Bash would be nice, but Climb Charge Jump is right up there as far as progression. I think Terra's probably going to view himself as Go mode. He may decide to continue in Ginso to try to find Bash, since it's going to be, yeah, pretty quick to do this. I think this is smart.
Yeah, I would have probably continued here as well. He has all the skills he needs to just quickly check all of these pickups until the next Keystone door. And it's like 8 or something, so it's a lot of pickups for not really much time. And after that, probably make the Sorrow play again, or Swamp. That should be on logic now. Maybe Swamp would actually be the better call, now that I'm thinking about it.
Well, we'll see what they do later. Right now, madinsane also took that Sorrow. Terra, when he came here, tried to go over to the right in order to, well, you know, do the things that he was going to do in Sorrow. Mad is trying to go over to the left. I think this is doable. Getting above these spikes is not the easiest thing in the world, but Mad was able to do it. He can also use Stomp to break the next barricade, so Mad should be able to make it all the way to the Charge Jump tree. Also a very clever rocket jump off the frog.
Which, it was just an ability cell, I think. Some kind of cell. He would have probably hoped for another health cell that would enable him to damage boost a little more. All of these spikes were insta-kill here for him, so that makes this traversal pretty tough. Terra is actually on 5 health, so he can, like that, take 1 point of damage.
Yeah, so right here, this is going to be far easier for Terra. You see Mad going, as we said, to the left so that he can get directly to the tree. Terra's going to the right. He's going to have to do some key duping. Realized it. Well, almost realized it. Kind of surprised that Terra's dropping back down rather than just doing key duping. Maybe he's hoping to find a number of keystones before floating back up. Or maybe Terra's just going to try to avoid key duping entirely. Hard to say.
Yeah, I actually don't know either, but he has found some keystones here. He's making the Kuro play first. That is interesting.
You know what it could be? You know what it could be? This isn't something I would expect, but it might be actually superior. Option number 1, and arguably the simpler option for Terra in this scenario, would be to just dupe as many keys as he's going to need, which is going to be 6, because he still has to go to Swamp as well. And then just continue on his merry way, right? Terra clearly decided to drop down. He might just want to finish up everything else, and then he can teleport back to the Sorrow TP and clear out the Charge Jump tree extremely quickly and save himself having to do like 3 different key dupes in a row.
That could very well be his intention, considering that he is doing Misty Woods now. Madinsane, however, does have enough keystones, and he's checking some of these pickups here. He's on 6 keystones now, and does not need any more, I don't think, because the 2 for Swamp and then the 4 for Sorrow should be sufficient.
Mad is going to need to go to the Ginso tree as well.
Oh, he has not done that yet. Whoops.
Yeah, he actually doesn't even have the Water Vein. Mad was very, very close to finding the Water Vein at that, you know, double jump, or at least presumably double jumped locked location, but decided against it. Mad is actually doing a lot of additional clearing in Sorrow, just sort of wanting maybe health cells, maybe keystones, maybe just something like Bash, which could be up here at the moment with Climb Charge Jump, although Mad doesn't have Charge Jump yet, but logically it could be here.
And he's checking the Sorrow side. He's trying to do another interesting strategy, the frog shot redirect thing, but now it just opts to kind of bait the shot. Bash being here in left Sorrow is actually something that happens quite a lot, or at least I think it happens quite a lot. I get the feeling it happens quite a lot.
Apparently Mad got the Water Vein. Somehow we all missed it. So Mad, when you watch this back, apologies to you. So we were wrong. Mad does have the Water Vein. But the statement about keystones still stands. Mad hasn't been into the Ginso tree, which means he's going to need 6 keystones, as we said.
And he's still looking here. More keystones, more keystones.
I am curious, to be honest. I guess if I had to I might be wrong about this. I can't read Mad's mind, but he's probably just searching for skills. Of course, Terra has Charge Jump, which allowed him to open up a huge amount of the map. In fact, Terra is effectively going to be able to finish the entire seed like this. Mad doesn't know where Charge Jump is. How could he? So he's just going to continue searching Sorrow, which is a very dense area.
But with Terra having found Charge Jump in the Ginzo tree, it probably means that this was the right play in this seed. Matt is checking some of these one-off pickups, like this dash plant here. I don't think it has been checked yet, but it's just an ability cell.
It was checked by Terra in the early game with Charge Flame Burn.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was.
Clearly Matt hadn't checked it, but...
He's going for the grenade scene now.
That pretty much seals it. Terra just found Bash. It was the stomp gated pickup to the right of the stomp tree. This is all but victory for Terra. Terra is now several trees ahead. He has Charge Jump and Bash. The only advantage that madinsane has that Terra does not is Grenade, but that's not going to matter.
Yeah, they have both dungeon keys. Terra can get every key now. He has already done his Misty. This is in fact the last tree that he needs to get before he can finish the seed. madinsane still needs quite a lot of trees. So yeah, this Terra should probably not lose this race, this first race. Of course, it's the best of 3, so madinsane is still not out of the tournament. But there you see it, green trees. Terra has found all the trees. Will make his play for the final escape now. He also has enough skills to finish it with his current health. Wouldn't even need ultra defense.
Yeah, and by the way, our statements before were kind of accurate. Terra, quite a bit earlier now, could have gone to the Charge Jump tree and decided to clear out Feather and a bunch of other things first. By teleporting back to Sorrow and going along the left route, Terra was able to get to the Charge Jump tree pretty quickly, and of course didn't have to use any keystones at all. So a pretty heads-up play, and an unusual play, but I think a smart one from Terra.
Also, just the progression was pretty interesting with Bash being in the Stomp-gated pickup, and I think that the Charge Jump find in Ginzo puts Stomp in logic, but I'm still wondering where Clean Water is, where they found Stomp. I mean, they could have broken that floor with Climb Charge Jump.
Got to be somewhere.
Just interesting.
Terra got a Terra Jump on the way to way to Horu, which is pretty fun. But with that, Terra is into Mount Horu. He'll be taking his hopefully singular attempt at Door Warp, but we'll see how many it takes. Got it first try, well done. Whereas madinsane is heading into the Ginso tree. I think that Mad may have done like a storage thing right at the beginning. I thought I saw Mad moving during the intro Ginso cutscene, but I might be wrong about that. Anyway, Spark, is there anything that could prevent Terra from having a clean escape here?
I don't think so. He's only missing Grenade, which just means that he cannot do the final Grenade jump, but that's time he doesn't really need. So he has all the energy in the world. He has Glide, he has Bash. You can see him do it here. He has enough health to survive the swim. He can even use the Friendly Fish to make it a little faster. And he's also pretty used to this kind of escape from all skills. So yeah, you see, he's just tearing through this escape.
Terra in through the escape.
Oh yeah,
nice
of course.
joke.
That's totally intentional, Bruce.
Totally. With that, Terra's out of the final escape. GG to him. We'll be taking victory in Game 1 of this Best of 3 series. Although, of course, Mad doesn't know it yet. Mad, for his parts, as he has been for, like a minute or whatever now, is in Ginso, got his Charge Jump, which is going to be a relief for him in the sense that he now has Charge Jump, but maybe troubling, because he may think, in this case correctly, that Terra got it first. Matt is also going to have to continue back over to the left side of the map and clear out Feather and Climb, and he's going to have to do the Stomp tree before he's done.
Maybe he won't choose to continue in the Ginzo tree. He has every skill except Bash now. Yeah, because he can get this, because maybe he will go for the Swamp play next year, which would mean that he would probably find Bash, and then he would actually have all the skills. Which that's something you don't see too often in the random.
No, you certainly do not. And I think that your assessment was spot on in saying that the only thing that Matt could want right now is Bash. And it could be it's not, but from his perspective, it could be in Ginso. It makes more sense to just continue. He's going to hit Swamp before going back to the left side of the map.
Yeah, and he will be rewarded with a bash pickup. I hope he will check that one pickup next to the Storm Tree, but that's basically not costing any time, so he probably will. And then he will be able to finish this seed out rather fast with all the skills that he has.
Terra's final time over on the left, 37:23. That's a really solid time. I think anything sub 40 is particularly impressive. Of course, it depends on the seeds. Some seeds are not completable in that time, but very good performance by Terra. I think that the early sequence break into Grotto and the associated skills that he found really helped him win this.
I think so too. From Terra's play, the only thing that really cost him a little bit of time was the Sorrow attempt, I think, which he had to abandon, and then after that doing the Ginzo play. So playing the seed almost to his full potential, like a 37 is such a low time. So really great performance by him.
Yep, agreed. So with that, madinsane has seen the, well, I assume he's seen the SRL. I guess I don't actually know for sure whether he watches that. But he's going to go back to Sorrow, just has to drop down through Sorrow, which is probably faster than going through the vanilla way from the Spirit Tree. Just has to knock 2 additional trees out of the way. Well, technically 1 tree and a feather, but you get the idea.
Just trees. Trees meaning skill pickup locations, basically. Apart from the first one that we always get. Will be on his 9th tree. Yeah, I think what was pretty interesting about this seed in particular is just where the progression was. Like we got Water Vein Clue in the first clue, so after 3 trees, and Sunstone was very early in the seed. So we really didn't care about the clues at all in the seed.
Yeah, it's rare that happens, but it's nice when it does. Mad has made it to Kuro's feather. Of course, they already had the actual feather, but he got the skill pickup. I think at this point it'll just be Mad getting to show off a little bit. He doesn't have to check anything. He has every key. He has literally every single skill. He'll just get to zoom right on through as fast as he can go.
And he has very much energy. Like 70. He doesn't have charge dash efficiency, I don't think, but ooh, oh god. He has picked up health regen on something, which saved him there, but it looks like he has no health. It means that he has like 6.1 health or however many health. Yeah.
Mad is not saving. If he dies, he's back to like the freaking start of Misty Woods. That's pretty spooky.
Yeah,
I mean, he's not
probably
going to
showing how confident he is. Like being kind of used to Misty with bash and charge dash. He has all the skills. It's pretty much all skills for him.
Yeah, well, nice job avoiding that extra damage. Anything would have killed Mad at that point. That's 10 out of 10 trees, along with both dungeon keys. So Mad is going to be teleporting back to Swamp and finishing out the game. He's going to have a pretty comparable escape to Terra, except that Mad can also do the final grenade jump to shave off, 30 to 35 seconds or whatever, right off the end of his time.
And in the end, like he's still not done with the run, but it's safe to assume that he will be in like 2 to 3 minutes. I'm not really sure how much exactly. It also depends on if he chooses to do the grenade jump, but he's not finishing too far behind Terra, and it kind of looked like he was very far behind at some point. So really using his skills to the fullest to go for fast movement here.
Well, I mean,
like doing this grenade jump.
Yeah, nice stall before the spikes. It basically comes down to once you have a number of abilities, especially skills like double jump, dash, and bash, and charge dash by extension, it's possible to move through the game extremely quickly if you also know that you don't have to check any pickups along the way. And that's exactly what we saw from Mad. Like, even if Mad had to clear the entire left side of the map, it wouldn't have taken him more than a few minutes. I mean, assuming you were skipping pickups.
Yeah, sure. That's kind of the ground rule that we had there. But now madinsane is trying his door warp. Terra got it first, right? Maybe he will too. Ah, okay. Well, not first try door warp, but should be getting it here fairly quickly. Come on now, Matt.
You can do this, I believe. Not the 3rd attempt either. It's going to be this attempt, guaranteed. Yes, it is. Nice clean. 4th try door warp. Will be on to his final escape. Reminder that this is best of 3. So Terra won this game, but madinsane will still have an opportunity for a comeback to win the next two, although there's only one more game today. The third match is scheduled, I don't remember when, but it's scheduled for the future if it has to occur.
Yeah, we will find out today if this third match will happen. Maybe having lost this race, madinsane will be a little bit more nervous with this next one, and Terra kind of has a little bit of breathing room. But at the same time, with these runners being that experienced, that probably doesn't matter. So I'm kind of expecting the race to be the next race to be just as interesting as this one was, and maybe we'll see some other routing decision that will turn out to actually make madinsane pull ahead. We'll find out shortly with the next race. madinsane is about to finish here, doing the final grenade jump, and gets it first try. No soft lock. GG, Mad. Should be a high 43 here.
Yeah, very solid performance on both sides. As I said, it's often hard to narrow down a seed to one specific decision, but I think that since Terra sequence broke into Grotto early, he was able to get a number of skills more quickly. What's interesting is that Terra got the water vein before Mad, even though Mad had double jump before Terra, but that's just due to the sort of map stone order. After that, Terra, with the water vein, was able to get charge jump early, and with charge jump and climb, he was able to clear the remaining trees on the left side of the map, even without bash. So very clean play from both. I'll be very curious to see what we get next time. And speaking of next time, the next race is going to be coming up on the same channel, although we're going to take about a 10-minute break in between to let everyone, including us, catch our breaths.
Yeah, we'll need to take a little breather for that, but we'll be back very shortly here, so make sure to stay around for this next match. We'll find out if Terra advances already, or if madinsane still puts up a fight.
See you all soon.
Welcome back, everybody. This will be game 2 of Terra versus madinsane, the follow-up of the race that we've just seen. You can see on the screen here that Terra won this first race. madinsane now has to win this race in order for this match to advance to game 3. So he'll do anything he can in order to take this one home, I think.
Yeah, I'll be very curious to see if, well, I mean, specifically madinsane, since he's now a game down, but either runner is going to play differently. It's kind of hard because this is randomizer, so I think more so than a traditional speedrun, you can't really look at it and say that you did anything objectively wrong, right? Sometimes you just lose randomizer seeds because you got randoed and things were in a bit of a bad spot.
Also, a thing that could potentially happen, which I don't wish to happen to either of these runners, but they have just played a seed and now play another seed 10 minutes after. It can very well happen that they kind of confuse the pickups that they found in the last seed, which could potentially turn out pretty grave.
Yeah, it could. We are off as before. Terra on the left, madinsane on the right. First pickup this time is,
of course,
a keystone.
And what else?
It's probably been like 70% of seeds or something that have that keystone start. It's very, very common.
I'm still hoping for my 42 experience, but that's not happening anytime soon, as it seems. No.
It'll happen, I believe. Someday it'll happen. Probably, maybe. Probably won't actually, but maybe it'll happen.
Probably, maybe someday. Yeah. Okay. So next keystone here. Oh, okay. This is actually a really nice start. I love having charge jump this early on in seeds.
Yeah, I like that both runners knew that you can. Many platforms in the world of Ori are less solid than they appear from the bottom. Like if you have charge jump from that pickup, you can charge jump up through like the center of the log, and you don't have to run to the far right. Both Terra and Mad knew that, and they're both going to the right right away. So we just have, you know, very, very comparable mindsets. You can just see like the branching paths of what's available. Just
this is so good.
Yeah, expanding in real time.
Even syncing up the charge jumps, I like it.
Charge jump does open up an early black route. It's not the easiest black route, but it's a possibility. Or we could get another keystone.
Or just warm through turn right away. Like, why not?
That's also an option, I suppose, although not a great one.
Last pickup, Mapstone. Okay, he can check the fake full burst pickup, madinsane, and also Terra. If they find a keystone here, they probably choose to go on, but it's just experience, which is pretty nice actually at this point because it gives them ability cells.
It's kind of nice actually when you can't continue through the keystone door, because in most seeds, if you have two keystones, when runners check fake flippers, they have to decide, do I default to Alt-R immediately or let myself die and respawn? Because you can just barely get down to that pickup, right? There's not time to process what it is and then decide whether to Alt-R. In this seed, you're always going to Alt-R anyway, so kind of a nice little happenstance.
So we'll have to do the charge jump only Blackwood Burrows play, which it's pretty interesting with these next few platforms that are coming up here, because you can kind of lose track of where you're falling. So these two jumps are particularly tough, or actually just one jump, like madinsane doing it here. And he only needs to do this one jump again. It remembers, thankfully, that he can do normal jumps.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. Gets hit by the spider there. Has made a very intelligent safety save, though, so not going to lose him too much time, as Terra just found grenade on this exact pickup.
Yeah, Matt's going to get that in about 1 second here, less than a second. That's a very smart save by Matt. I was going to comment that, like, oh, man, Matt didn't make a save. He's going to be in for a rough time, but he knows what he's doing. Made it on the other side instead. Yeah,
maybe that save is just showing like that this is something that madinsane knows can potentially happen to him in a seed like this, and so he just made a safety save. He has played a lot of randomizer seeds, so he probably knows what can and what can't happen to him and places his saves accordingly.
Yeah, something very, very subtle that wouldn't be noticeable unless you've played a lot of randomizer. madinsane has charge jump, and then he checked the experience orb up top in black root and then dropped back down, right? You may have thought, why doesn't he just jump across the gap? If you try that with charge jump, you'll die. You'll hit the platform above. And you saw madinsane intentionally wait, kill the slime up top, So that's that might sound like a silly thing to call out on commentary, but like it's something that clearly madinsane was aware of to avoid that death, and that's cool to see.
You will be skipping the cutscene here that did Terra not do it? Okay, he didn't do it before checking the dash gated pickup.
I think Terra was just trying to check the dash plans.
Oh, madinsane cannot skip this cutscene as it looks like. Doesn't have enough ability points.
You are correct. Yeah, Terra's still trying to check this. You can check it with charge jump, really? That's amazing.
I now know you can. Oh, that's wall jump. So you could have checked it now. But
I love the mouse movements from both sides. They're so thrilled to see wall interaction.
Also with Terra, it's probably that he was kind of having problems to hit the dash plant with just charge jump and could have just done what madinsane did. Now he finds double jump. This is opening up quite fast.
It is. Double jump, well, with charge jump, the runners already had verticality, of course, but double jump, wall jump gets you just a lot more aerial control. And of course, double jump, it gets you access to probably triple jump by the end of the seed, maybe quad jump if you're lucky enough to find that extra double jump pickup. Yeah, so with that, Terra on the left is still just a little bit ahead, although Mad is right on his...
And he will be going for this pickup here. Does not actually need to skip the boulder being deadly. That's nice that he remembered that, because he can just charge jump over it and wants to keep the Fronky alive, but he can make it so the Fronky is not loaded yet, and then the boulder will just not kill it.
Mm-hmm.
Saves probably like 2 seconds or something about the reload.
In a race like this, you might need those 2 seconds. I mean, I'm not expecting the final times to actually be 2 seconds apart, but like any time you can save is going to be nice. Yeah, so there's that Fronky alive for Terra. He can use it, as always, to break the boulder. Using the Fronky in that way isn't in sequence, but...
One experience. Very nice.
If there's exactly one experience pickup in the entire world.
Oh, and that's right. He has grenade. He can check this pickup.
Yeah, he can check that. And in fact, right now, the only place to go, I guess Terra could try to damage boost down to the underwater pickup with grenade, but no, the sane play is to go to the door. I want to quickly point out that Terra did a charge jump over the cutscene trigger that I think he already watched, but I just found that amusing.
With charge jump and grenade, he can actually continue through Spider Sack area again already, right? He would probably not do that because all of left blades is still available. But this seat, like all of Grotto is in logic as well, right? And we can check grenade gated because there's so many things in logic now, actually.
Yeah, there's a ton that's available, and it's somewhat linear. I mean, like you said, there is a split here. Going to the Spider Sack area is in logic, as is... looks like Terra might be going to the Spider Sack area first rather than going to wall jump, or maybe he's just checking, you know, 1 or 2 more things along that path.
Yeah, it looked like he was just quickly making the check for this pickup, which madinsane is also doing. And he's also dropping back down. He hasn't gotten his charge flame tree yet, but he will probably continue through Glades as well. Yeah,
Glades is denser, quite a bit denser than the Spider Sack area. You can check a lot of things very quickly, especially when you have this kind of verticality. Like, for people who have watched a lot of Ori, it should be clear just how much more smooth the movement becomes when you have double jump and wall jump and charge jump. I consider it to be very, very fun.
Yeah, they are also like only, I mean, they have a lot of energy for this early of a game, but it's still only 3, so they would probably, like in last game, prefer to have 4 energy in order to check the 4 energy door at the Spider Sack area again. And it's probably very likely that they will find it around here somewhere.
Yeah, Terra, as before, did go check the keystone that Mad is going to check right now, even without the mapstone. Looks like Mad may have hesitated for just a moment. The good news is that there isn't a mapstone over here anyway, so when Mad checks these pickups around the purple spinner's loop, he won't be disappointed that he went to the keystone first.
And when I'm looking at the tree count here, after Terra has made this check, he will be getting his third tree. And now we actually care about the clue. I mean, we did last time for the first clue. Maybe we will care for the second, third clue as well.
What's it gonna be? It's
Gumon Seal. It's Gumon Seal.
It is.
Oh god. Thankfully, that's only Gumon Seal. But I say thankfully. If it turns out that like they don't find Forlorn Teleporter and they have to fight the Gumon Seal in order to make it into Forlorn where Water Vein is or some stupid thing like that, we're in for a long time here. But it's probably unlikely that this will happen.
Yeah, interesting to me that Terra is charge jumping out of the wall jump area rather than alt-Ring. Actually, have they been through Spirit Caverns? Probably
No,
not,
he
right?
hasn't. That was the point I was going to make. He has 2 Keystones, can make it to Spirit Caverns, not through Spirit Caverns necessarily, unless 4 of these 5 pickups turn out to be Keystones again.
Well, but you wouldn't want to go through here anyway, since you wouldn't want to waste the 4 Keystones when he doesn't have to.
Yeah, I think so too. He can make it through Charge Flame with just Charge Jump. In fact, he already has opened up by checking the experience pickup above the Charge Flame tree.
Yep, well, there's a mapstone. The first, second mapstone that we've seen so far. Terra was not able to activate the Glades map because it didn't have one at the time. Neither was madinsane. So with that, Terra is going to go back off to the left. I guess his only other option apart from doing this would be to... Well, no, he has a few places. He could go to Swamp as well as go around Spider Sack.
Oh, right. They found the teleporter.
They did. That's a teleporter that could be notoriously easy to forget that you have.
I was going to mention that maybe Terra will try the energy glitch again. Oh, wow. Gets it first try now. In order to sequence break into Grotto again. Grotto is in logic now. Might pay off like last time. Madinsane is making a really interesting check here on his own.
Yeah, we see sort of 2 different mega health plays. Terra used his to go check the energy cell past the original fake flippers thing. Mad is using it to check the underwater pickup. So now Mad does not have enough health to go check the energy cell anymore, but it wasn't valuable anyway. Yeah, as we said, Terra, as before, is now making a sequence break. In the last seed, it was basically a 50-50 choice. Do you do the sequence break, or do you continue around Spider Sack? This time, there's also the option to go to Swamp. So,
and Madinsane has just gotten there.
This is fascinating. As before, Terra is sequence breaking, and Madinsane is not. Who is going to get the skills first?
This time they have a lot of means for verticality, though, which they did not have last time. So they can check a lot of pickups. They even have plant breakage, like they did last time. And so, like you said, Grim, it's really about who will find the next progression here first, which... Like, if that's something like Dash, it could mean the other runner's not going to find it soon and could give them the edge here.
Yeah, Mad on the right just activated map number 2. Hasn't found anything so far in his searching. Neither has Terra. I will briefly point out that both Mad and Terra found a 4th energy cell. So all the 4 energy doors, well, except for the underwater 4 energy door and Death Gauntlets. So really, just the Spider Sack, I guess.
Stomp is in the Guide Bolt again, but this time it's not out of sequence because it wasn't in the Poisonous Water, but up here, if you were to go through the whole of Glide Bolt, which you don't have to because the runners have Charge Jump and Double Jump, so that is very nice. And Stomp and Charge Jump means that they can make the Swamp entry now.
Yeah, they can, and it's actually in logic for once to get over there. 3 Keystones means that they could do it as well.
So only, I think left side is not in logic yet. That's just the Grotto teleporter, so...
Yeah, correct.
But
like
all
unless
of
you
right
find...
Side,
Sorry.
All of right side is in logic. Maybe not Lost Grove, but we don't want to go there anyway.
No, we certainly do not. Speaking of Swamp, Mad is... going into Swamp. Is he going to continue, or is he just going to check a few things? Looks like he is going to continue, presumably check as many things as he can all the way to the tree. Terra, over on the left, is still continuing to just clear out Grotto. He's gotten Stomp, but that's the only new skill that we've seen so far.
This kind of split between the runners is really interesting. Terra doing the whole of Grotto, Madinsane doing the whole of Swamp. We are about to know like every pickup and what it contains in all of the right side here because of these runners splitting up like that. And it just goes to show how many pickups are in logic that they are able to do this out of sequence. Not even out of sequence, I mean.
It's really interesting, right? This is clues, and so ordinarily in a clue we talk about rushing trees in order to try to get those keys. But when you don't have any clues at all you can do is try to search dense areas. And Grotto is about as dense as they come, especially when you have the kind of verticality that these guys have that allows them to check everything. And I guess the only other consideration then is, do you rush trees instead and hope that your skills happen to be on a tree?
I think Madinsane is maybe trying to rush trees a little, as is Terra probably, but still making the checks for these pickups, because comfortably they can really only get to 5 trees with the skills they have now.
That's a very, very good point, and it's yeah, kind of what I was getting at is until you go to the left side or to light grenade, you can't get the next clue anyway. So like you might as well just be thorough. Again, thorough, arguably directed at trees.
It's probably at the double jump tree with like the pickups they've checked already.
Yeah, it's been quite a bit, and Terra is being extremely thorough. Is he going to check the mini boss? He is. Yeah, so Terra's not going to leave anything to chance.
He does not know what pickups are in Swamp. I don't think we have seen the whole of Swamp Loop yet. But I think it's still a good choice to check it, because he hasn't found anything really, and the mini boss is quite fast with his skills. He's already dead, in fact.
Yeah, have we seen the spider sack area? We have not, right? Because Mad went to the swamp TP.
Swamp, exactly. Fights a stomp now. But he has already done Swamp.
Yeah, he has indeed. So Terra is, of course, further along in Grotto than Madinsane, because Mad did a bunch of other searching in the meantime. But Terra has cleared, I think, every single pickup. I'm not sure if Terra checked the experience orb that's way the heck off to the left.
I don't think he did.
Yeah, so apart from that, he's checked everything, including the mini-boss, and will continue to check everything. And I feel like we should emphasize as well, Spark, even though the only new skill has been Stomp, it's not like the searching is wasted unless you find a skill. Like, Mad is up to 5 keystones, and he's already used 2 to get through the door. Terra is at 6 after already having spent 2. They have more health, they have more energy, they have more ability points. So there is some merit to doing this searching even when you don't find skills.
In fact, they have lots of ability points, and of course, being this early in the seed, we don't know yet if we will have to do some kind of sequence break like zombie Ori or damage boosts, which would require us to get ultra defense. So it's pretty nice to have all of these ability points. Like, I think Madinsane is on 15 now. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is. They'll almost certainly get ultra defense. So I guess Mad is probably going to just continue checking everything. He may decide to be thorough, but it looks like he's just going to go ahead and finish everything. Does not want to get randoed. He didn't exactly get randoed last seed, but he got a little bit randoed. Terra, meanwhile, got to the double jump tree, ulted, went back to Grotto, and is now going to probably start going up or maybe go into Swamp.
I think he's probably going to Swamp after checking these right side pickups here, of course. Maybe even going to check the Swamp Loop before the Swamp. I don't really know what he's going for here next.
Yay, the Grotto TP. This is one of the reasons why I think getting the early charge jump and grenade and everything is just so powerful, because it means that you can just 100% full clear areas the first time through. You don't have to make these sort of annoying mental notes about which one-off pickups you've left behind. You can just finish almost everything in your path. And so then your decision becomes, well, do I clear all of Grotto up to double jump? Do I clear, apart from maybe underwater, do I clear like almost everything in Swamp up to the Stomp Tree? And that just makes it kind of easy to play the seed, or at least easier, because you don't have to spend as much mental energy remembering where you've been.
Oh yeah, the seed is like not really linear because of all the available pickups, but at the same time, we haven't found any more progression. So maybe it's one of these one-off pickups, which are like all in logic because of the skills they have, but takes such a long time to check. Like for example, the Glazer.
Yeah, could be. Terra made it to the Stomp Tree. Terra had gotten down to 1 health, and I was worried that he was just going to sort of blindly rush forward and die to the spikes, but he did stop, make a save, and get health in order to survive the damage boost. Looks like Terra's going to just continue checking a handful of more things, probably ending with this grenade pickup.
Yeah, and the truck making an interesting point here that maybe progression is in growth because they have a lot of skills to like check the valley entry, for example, where there are 3 pickups. I don't think that Horror Fields is in logic yet, but it might become if they find more.
I'm not certain either. Yeah, I think Grease in the truck. It's with this skill set you would also need glide. Interesting that Terra, after checking the grenade pickup, did not alt R. The grenade pickup wasn't valuable, so he let himself take an intentional death, and now he's going to head back out the top entrance. This is really intelligent. Clear out this thing in one not perfect loop, but in a pretty clean loop. And there's a number of pickups in this entry area. Very, very smart routing, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is. He can kind of combine going there with checking the pickups. And there are some pickups here on the right side of Swamp that madinsane has not checked. So we don't know yet which kind of progression there are, but could be valley entry.
It could be. Again, we haven't seen either run very much of Grove yet. Little bits and pieces, but not very much of it yet. So it does seem likely that it's there. To take stock of skill trees, we do now have identical skill trees on both sides. Both Terra and Mad have 5 activated. No more skill trees are available yet in logic, although they could choose to sequence break to like
which madinsane probably is doing right now. He has 5 ability points. He can stomp this floor. Oh, there's the Sunstone and the grenade locked pick up in the Swamp Loop. I can't yet say if madinsane is going to check that.
Well, we know he'll check it eventually. The nice thing is that it's the Sunstone and not the Water Vein. Like, getting the Water Vein is powerful because it unlocks a lot of new pickups. The Sunstone also unlocks pickups, but they're in Horror, so they're, let's just say that they're not too pleasant to traverse.
It unlocks the Guman Seal.
Yeah, but to check in with Matt, he is doing a zombie Ori to get through the laser. He's not going to be able to quite get to Ultra Defense, but he'll be very, very close. And he'll be able to make that. Yeah, and still has 1 left over to skip the big long cutscene.
Bilha's gonna keep up the save anywhere, so we can't really see a lot, and he can't see either. So yeah, okay. Skipping the save anywhere menu now. He has enough ability points to skip the next cutscene. So
see it mainly.
And now he does not have dash, so has to... Oh, okay. He says he has enough health to make it up through here. I think he can do this with triple jump, which he has now, so...
He can make it past the laser puzzle as well, even just while running. It's just very precise.
Yeah, both of these tricks are kind of precise, actually, so now opting to choosing the other trick. This might be good. Oh, no.
Almost, yeah. So he'll get this. It's very precise. You have to start your run at almost exactly the right time. Meanwhile, Terra has just been going quite a while without an alt-R, which is good. Every time you alt-R, you have to spend some time getting back to an area with pickups, since you usually check everything near spawn. And Terra is, I think, just being... I don't mean to keep piling praise on Terra, but I've been very impressed at his routing without just resorting to the usual alt-R. That said, madinsane going to this tree is going to get him his first clue. If it's the Sunstone, then that's not too valuable because we know that Terra already has it. If it's the Water Vein, that's much more interesting.
There was lots of experience in the grenade-gated pickup, and they were able to find grenade pretty fast. I don't know if that means that dash is like very far like late in the seed. Because usually the higher experience amounts are in places where you can get later throughout the seed. But there we go. Water Vein is in Valley. Could be grenade lock, but could be Storm Block, but our runners have both of these skills, so that's pretty nice.
Yeah, Valley's a big area. Hard to say. Hopefully it's just somewhere easy, like in Valley Entry. If not, it could be somewhere like Fax that can be very difficult to check without the proper skill set, but we will find out. I guess that is interesting because it means that they're going to have to go to the left side, or probably to the left side, before Ginto Tree is accessible, unless it's in Valley Entry.
Which Terra is making the spider stick area place, so he's probably going to check Valley Entry soon. Of course, he doesn't know that the water vein could be there. He does not have the clue yet. Madinsane is already going for Valley Entry. He has skipped the cutscene by doing some charge jump, double jump stuff. So they're kind of synced up a little bit now again.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty close. Mad now has the advantage of having been to 6 trees as opposed to Terra's 5, and as a result has his clue. However, Terra has checked more pickups. Now, the objective of a randomizer seed is not to check pickups, it's to beat the seed, of course. So Terra having checked more pickups isn't necessarily advantageous. It's only advantageous in the knowledge that Madinsane might come back to these areas later on, whereas Terra won't have to.
And this is nothing either, the pickup in the swim, and following through into Valley with the current skill set, I don't even know if it would be possible. Probably not without Ultra Defense. So Madinsane opting to just Alt R. There's still a number of pickups left that he could check. But like you said, Grimmer, since Terra has checked more pickups, Madinsane is probably has to go on like more of a search than Terra did in order to advance through Valley.
Yeah, I guess what I'm very curious to see is whether Terra is going to try to go way over to the left side of the map, sitting at 17 ability cells, by the way, or whether Terra is going to, continue searching. Because as you said, Spark, there are pickups remaining, things like the Glazer that aren't very pleasant to check, but they are totally in logic.
Also, I think like some grenade locked pickups down in Black Burrows, like all the way down. Like they are not in logic, but they could very well be in logic if we were to find Dash somewhere. So maybe there's the progression that we need to actually advance into Valley, but probably a better idea to check these other one-off pickups that are in logic at this point, like the Glazer, for example.
Yeah, so to check in with Matt, this is kind of what I talked about. Terra's already been through this. We know there's nothing. So while Madinsane is doing some of this searching, Terra is going to sort of flip-flop the roles and is going to go clear out the light grenade to get his water vein clue. Terra also might decide to continue further down into Lost Grove because some of these things are in logic, but he's not going to do it yet.
No, not yet.
So,
okay, he's doing zombie over here. I was almost thinking that he would not do it. He might actually be able with 18 ability points to, if he wanted to, level up all the way to Ultra Defense here.
Yeah, nice job to get through that zombie Ori with only a single ability purchased as well, although Terra has enough to get plenty. He'll be able to get all the way to Ultra Defense, and is in fact going to just keep the save anywhere open pretty much the entire time. Meanwhile, Madinsane going and grabbing the energy cell, he will probably continue up into Spider Sack. We know he's not going to find anything valuable, but he will be able to get some of those pickups out of the way.
Having a little bit of trouble with these insta-kill spikes here. Okay, now he's through, going there from the other side, from the save that he had. But yeah, being on 9 health and still dying to spikes, that's something that kind of only happens here in the Spider Sack area.
It's yeah, there's only a few spots in the world where the spikes are just insta-kill, no matter what. One of the areas in Lost Grove is like that, actually. Yeah, so Terra just got his 6th tree, so now he has his Water Vein Valley clue, although Terra has already cleared the first 3 pickups in Valley entrance, and has no other good way to get to the left side of the map. To be clear, Terra can go to the left side of the map, and it looks like he actually wants to. It's just not the easiest thing in the world. It requires some triple jumping and some damage boosting and whatnot.
Maybe this will be the Glazer check. It has been in logic for quite a while. Has Terra checked the grenade gated pickup here? He probably has, right? Just
at spawn.
The one that Madinsane was just checking in the spider stick area. I think he.
Yes. Yeah. He checked it on his pass through.
Oh, but did he not turn in the map stone yet here?
I was gonna say, looking at the maps, there are 5 map altars on the right side of the map. That was number 4 for Terra. Madinsane is of course already at 4, but there are 5. I don't remember offhand which one Terra has not checked. Hopefully he does. It might not matter, but at this point there are so few pickups remaining that that can give logical progression that the map is starting to look rather appealing, in my opinion.
Terra on the left side will be checking Glazer first, but like you said, Grim, he has 3 map stones now, so could check the last map altar that is in Logic. And since he is on 3 map stones, I think it would probably be an earlier pedestal, like the one in Blackwood Burrows, maybe?
That's what I'm thinking. To check in with Mad, though, has... Oh, never mind. Terra did check this. I take it all back. It's not the Glazer. Glazer was only 82 experience. So let me ask you a question, Spark, to sort of try to read the minds of our lovely players. What skill are they looking for? Like, what do they want to see?
For me, it would be Bash. Like, almost always. They could probably also go with Climb, which would enable them to go with grenade jumps, because that can get you a lot of places. And then Glide would also be nice, but Glide would not really be any progression if they don't find Wind Restored and the Valley Teleporter or something like that. So I would go with Bash here, is what I really wanted to find now.
I agree, and this is just so fascinating to me. We talk a lot in these commentaries about the logic, right? Of course, the logic does not dictate the physics of the game and what is possible through the game's skills and mechanics.
Oh, wow.
Yep,
there is Bash.
I was going to say logic matters because it can tell you where progression is. For example, there's a pickup above the Glazer that Terra could check with Grenade, but it's not in logic. Terra, I'm sure, knew that. And since he knew that he needed progression, he decided to check the pickups that were in logic. So that led him to Bash more quickly than it otherwise would have. With that Bash pickup, Terra is probably in go mode. Still doesn't have the Grove TP, so he has to run over to the left side, but he's pretty much in go mode.
Yeah, he is. He can use his charge jump to do some Terra breaks in Sorrow, which he was probably familiar with given his name. And yeah, so this is basically go for him, I would say. He's also already making the play for Valley entry. He has all the skills he needs to check all of the pickups in Valley as well, because there's the Water Vein, and he will probably not want to miss that.
Well, as we say sometimes, like, there are a lot of skills that these runners are going to want. Like, at the moment, Feather is top of the list. If Feather is found, it makes Sorrow Traversal pretty much free. You don't have to do any Dorito Cave stuff, although, honestly, at this point, the Dorito Caves is not going to be very problematic. Terras has enough ability points for Ultra Defense and everything. However, since so much of the right side of the map was checked already, it's actually extremely likely, like to the point of near certainty, that those valuable skills like Glide or Climb are probably on the right or the left side of the map anyway, which is now in logic with Bash and Stomp.
Yeah, I think it's in logic with just like Bash and Double Jump, but of course, because they didn't have the Valley Teleporter, they still needed Stomp to get here. So now it is certainly in logic. And so I think it's also a good idea for Terra to check these right side pickups. With his current skill set, he could opt to just skip the Kuro Death Plane and then make some funny play to go with that, but he would probably have to go the right side anyway, right? Because he doesn't have, apart from maybe doing some sick double bashing multiple times on the lower frogs.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so Terra just did a nice fast Stompless. It's able to check every single pickup along his path except for the notorious long Valley entrance swim, which isn't in logic right now, but it might have the Water Vein, because we know clean water exists somewhere in the world. So we're just gonna, well, maybe we hope it's there, maybe we hope it's not there. Terra probably hopes it's not there. To reiterate, the Water Vein is in Valley, and Terra has now checked a bunch of the stuff in Valley. I'm guessing he'll probably drop down to Valley entry, or to the bottom of Valley, to clear out a few more things.
Might even choose to continue like downwards to the kind of forlorn entry area, because he knows that water vein is here, and given his routing so far, it's probably the most efficient route to go. He has Storm, so he can just continue all the way. We see madinsane, however, checking this out of logic grenade gated pickup that you were talking about earlier, Terra, which Terra, of course, grenades, which Terra skipped. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, this is not the easiest pickup to check. It is possible, and what madinsane is trying to do. Terra just found charge flame, by the way. I want to mention it, but it doesn't matter very much.
Yeah, it doesn't really give like anything.
It actually kind of does matter for the final escape, doesn't it? For breaking barricades.
Yeah, for the second barricade probably. Yeah, you're actually right. Without glide, it would be pretty tough to just do it with the charge dash, which they don't have either. So yeah, it's very nice for the final escape, given the current skill set actually.
Yeah. Well, I was going to make a point about madinsane and how it's possible to charge jump out of the water, kind of out of that area anyway. I guess one other thing that I'll mention is that Terra and Mad could be doing, well, Mad can't, but Terra could be doing grenade bash glides using triple jump in order to gain more distance. And you see him doing that a lot on enemies. It can also be done just from the ground if you have grenades.
And he can also extend that with double jump, which would mean that he can go quite fast without having dash, actually. There are still two pickups.
The water vein has to be, it doesn't have to be this next pickup, but it's probably this next pickup.
Oh, no, it's climb.
Well, that's good too, though. That's good too, because, well, yes, but also climb opens up facts. Facts being a particular cell down in the bottom of a valley, which is possible to break in a number of ways without climb charge jump, but they all suck. So having climb charge jump is way better. If it's at facts, oh my goodness, this is something.
If it's at facts, the progression is pretty trolly, because I think that's the only intended way to break it, right? Like the Terra break is probably not in logic, and the frog bash certainly isn't.
Well, it's actually, I'll do you one better. This isn't, and I might be wrong about this.
It is.
It was there. I don't think that's in logic without glide and wind restored. Or with bash grenade, I guess it probably is. Because I was gonna say you have to damage boost on the bottom to get up there. So don't quote me on that. I might be wrong. But the point is that that's a particularly trolly spot for the water vein to be huge advantage to Terra, primarily due to finding bash, of course, but continuing to grow his advantage here.
Maybe madinsane will find dash. He is checking his map. Bash was the left far off experience down here in Grotto. Maybe Matt will check that he's looking.
This is where things get hard. It's hard enough to remember.
Ooh, yeah, he doesn't remember.
Bad news. I was going to say this is also the second seed in a row, and so it might be the seeds blurring together a little bit. Hard to say. It could just be good old-fashioned forgetting, but second seed in a row probably doesn't help things.
Yeah, and I mean, with Terra having found Bash that early, it put him in quite a lead. So maybe it wouldn't have mattered for madinsane, but him not having Bash now means that he either has to check more one-off pickups, which I don't know how many he has left, probably not a lot, or do some very painful sequence breaks in order to make it up to Valley.
I guess the other thing, Mad still has only activated 4 map alters, and so he might be thinking that it's at 5, but if so, he's not kind of going to the map alters. Difficult to say, and I don't mean to, be negative towards madinsane, but at this point, I don't think he's going to be able to catch up. I mean, Terra has Bash. He's did a lot of work, a very large time investment to get the water vein, and now he's like halfway to the Bash tree. Yeah, I don't know if Mad's going to be able to catch up, unfortunately.
I kind of have to agree with you there, Grim, because it's like Terra, he's a very good runner on top of that. So if it would have been against another runner, maybe Mad could still catch up. But Terra is really good at this game. He's probably not going to give his lead away now. So he has way enough keystones to get through Ginzo here.
Yeah, I was going to say, like when Terra first got to the feather pickup after doing fast stompless, we mentioned that Terra had a choice. There's the Valley teleporter. That's amazing. Terra had a choice. whether to search for the water vein or go to Misty or Sorrow. Another reason that we didn't mention of doing the water vein first is that Terra has the option to go to Ginso and hopefully find something like Feather. Of course, Terra didn't find that. It could be further up in Ginso, but Terra's just gonna not mess around. He doesn't know that he's ahead of Mad, so he's just gonna finish the seed as fast as he can.
And what we see madinsane do here is a rather unconventional way of entering Valley. He has to take lots of damage boost, actually leveled up his ultra defense for that, I think. And oh god, he even has to do the charge flame redirect fast storm blast.
Is he gonna try to... He might have not realized for a moment. It can be so automatic to think, oh, just do fast stompless, but of course he can't.
Oh, he doesn't have charge flame, that's right. Oops.
Actually, what can Mad do? He could do... No, he can't charge flame redirect, which means he can't do fast stompless. He has stomp, but he can't get to the rocks because he doesn't have bash. He doesn't have glide to wind restored. He can't even do rocket jumps. So Mad, I didn't even think about this. He has to back out. He has absolutely no way at the moment to get to those rocks. Right?
Yeah, I don't think he has, but I mean, maybe he can activate the Valley Teleporter, which he's doing now, so not losing like all of this progress. But yeah, he will have to backtrack, and he will have to probably find Bash, because that locked a lot of other skills and pickups.
This is a rough situation. I mean, you and I, we're not even seed, and we forgot about that. I'm guessing Matt is in the same boat, because it happens so infrequently that you have like no backups to be able to get through. To check in with Terra while we've been talking, he's just about, 2/3 of the way to the Misty Tree or something like that.
I was gonna mention with madinsane again that especially these Kuro rocks, you can break them with like almost any skill set, because there's so many ways to break them. But madinsane really, like any of these skills that he's missing would enable him to break the Kuro rocks, just not the skills he has right now. So yeah, it's pretty easy to forget that.
Well, it's kind of hard though. Like, even if Matt broke the rocks, he would be faced with a similar choice to Terra of where to go first, except that Terra has bash, and Matt doesn't. So it would kind of, any way you slice it, this is a bit of a dark timeline as far as randomizer seeds are concerned for Mr. Madinsane.
This is of course his second race, and he is already lost the first race. So he kind of wants to win this race, but look at that, he has to check this one off pickup now, which still is not in logic because he doesn't have clean water. Terra, meanwhile, is already on 9 trees. He doesn't have feather, so his Sorrow is not like the easiest Sorrow, but it's certainly doable for Terra.
Well, this makes me happy. We do see Terra going up what we call the Wall of Shame. That's a name that calls all the way back to vanilla, when there was actually a strategy to triple jump up that wall, which is kind of fun. Terra didn't have to triple jump the whole way. He was able to do some climb charge jumps, but still enjoyable, I think.
Now oops, that's a dead bird. He needs that bird to... Oh, he doesn't. He has ultra defense, he has charge jump. He can actually do not so easy damage boost. Yeah, that's actually not really that easy, because what just happened to Terra is his charge jump got kind of eaten because he jumped up into these other spikes. Now he can do the double dash.
Yeah, to check in with Madinsane on the right, very important.
Yes.
He's going to a particular spot in the world. It's a pickup with a name that we dare not repeat live on Speed Gaming 3.
It rhymes with dash.
There it is. Mad has bash. I'm guessing that finding it 43 minutes into the seed is going to feel pretty disheartening. Mad has to know that since he's been so thorough, Terra must have been just as thorough. And of course, that is the reality of the situation.
Especially with it being in this location, and it was pretty early in logic, the bash pickup. So Menacing probably expects Terra to have gotten that way earlier. Terra is now preparing his zombie Ori spreads. He can charge jump, and he has triple jump. So he has lots of health, actually. He's still alive after all these damage boosts. Maybe he can even make it through without... Oh no, so close.
Yeah, he could have made that without any...
Yeah.
And the nice thing is that holy cow, Terra still doesn't even have Spirit Magnet after all this time. He just burned all the rest of his ability points, just sort of in celebration. Whenever you're doing a zombie Ori, there's a rare situation where you want to do a zombie Ori and you've already spent all the low value skills. You know what I mean? Like it rarely occurs, but in this particular instance, Terra had nothing out of 2 of the trees, so he had plenty of room to zombie.
I'm kind of surprised that he still didn't have Spirit Magnet there, but yeah, without finding a dash, there's not really that many points of leveling up any more abilities, like apart from getting Ultra Defense. Terra is already on 10 trees here now, though, so he's on his way to Mount Horu again. He already has the Sunstone, does not need to look for that. And madinsane still needs 3 more trees, so yeah, like we said.
Yeah,
this is Terra's race.
Yeah, so Terra, again, it feels almost disrespectful to call it this early, but I mean, there's no way that madinsane catches up. Terra has a lot of health and ultra defense.
Facts early. That would be something.
It would be something, but this is something that Mad can't break this open unless he does a Terra break. And so it's actually probabilistically the wrong play. I guess he can do this as well, can't he?
Yeah, he probably can. I can't. I tried it. I totally couldn't pull it off, but madinsane has a lot of experience with the randomizer. It sadly kills his frog here, though.
This is why it's called facts, by the way. Like, it's called facts in relation to using frogs. It's just... It's really, really hard. Like, I don't know that I've seen this particular strategy in any tournament race so far.
Oh yeah, that shot was a little...
This is why it's hard, is there's special physics on the frog projectiles. It isn't just as simple as double bashing them. Meanwhile, though, Terra has made it through his door orb, so he's onto the final escape.
Yeah, we will find out what the last pickup on the Warmth Return tier is shortly. madinsane is choosing to continue through Valley, which is... I think maybe, depending on how hard that fact cell is to get, it's probably better to do the climb.
Well, I mean, the thing is that that's one pickup. We know that it's the water vein. Mad does not. It's one pickup compared to all of the rest down here along the 4-alarm path. So Mad, for all he knows, could spend 20 minutes on that trick, and then he could get water vein, 20 meters to his right or something. So it makes sense to skip it for the time being, although he's going to have to go back. Terra is, as we said, in the final escape. With Bash, his life is going to be way, way easier than if he did not have Bash. Doesn't have Featherbait, he can just sort of use triple jump to stall in the air pretty much as long as he needs to.
Yeah, that was the advantage of Charge Flame that you mentioned a while back, Rim. But, I mean, with the health that Terra has, it probably wouldn't have mattered anyway. Only taking 2 damage throughout this whole escape. He can, with triple jump, still skip the Kuro trigger, and he can do grenade jumps.
Yep, here we are on the wall. Did not get it first try. Although sometimes players will intentionally do a failed one. There we go, got out, no soft block. GG to Terra. That's not only a victory in this race, it's going to be a sub 50 seed. Sub 48 seed, actually. But Terra will be winning 2-0 against the formidable madinsane, will be advancing forward in the bracket to face the also terrifying Sigma.
Oh yeah, but Terra has certainly made a statement with these 2 races. Both of them sub 50. The first race, I think, was 37 something. It was sub 40. So, and this seed has been pretty tough on the progression on them. So, still finishing out fairly fast, if you think about it. Just barely not getting the sub 48.
Oh, so I lied a minute ago. Sorry about that. So, yeah, so Terra finishing with 48.01. It is visible in the SRL chat. So if madinsane is watching it, he knows that he's lost. But I don't know whether madinsane watches SRL. Not every single runner does. One way or the other, madinsane has used Climate Charge Jump to get his water vein. And with that, he's going to continue up and probably clear out Misty Woods, if I had to guess, before going back to Ginso.
Doing a nice grenade jump over there. And this Misty will not be as fast as his last Misty because he doesn't have Charge Dash, but he's doing the strategy that we mentioned, bashing grenades and bashing enemies and using triple jump to still go very fast for Misty.
Yeah, it looks like Mad was still going out of his way to check a handful of pickups. He might have decided to only check the first 2 pickups, because the first 2 pickups in Misty Woods can actually be glide. And then this worm is just bullying him. Nice grenade jump, though.
Yeah, being without glide, can be tough sometimes. It's nice when you have triple jump, even they have not found that, but potentially with quad jump, which you can get by finding an extra double jump pickup in this map, you don't really need glide. You can kind of just substitute it with your jumps. But I mean, glide would still be nice, especially for Sorrow later on. Madinsane does have 4 ability points though, and a lot of health and ultra defense, so he would probably have no problems to make it through the Dorito Cave with zombie Ori strats like Terra did.
Yeah, he'd be just fine. What else does Matt have to do? He has to do this, and yeah, I guess we basically covered it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, he still has to do, of course. I think he got the water vein. He has to do Ginzo. Yeah. That's
yeah. Matt also took a bunch of damage down in the spikes, but the spikes deal 3 damage without all defense. They deal either 2 or 2.5. I don't remember which. I think it's 2.5. So Mad made it through, no problem. I'm guessing after it's all gonna go to Ginzo first, since you have to do both anyway. You might as well hope that you find Feather, right?
Oh yeah, I would do that. And yeah, he probably does as well. He will show us pretty shortly. Still going fast with his bash glides from the grenades.
Yeah, to verify, Madinsane did type GG Terra in SRL, so definitely watching it is aware that he has lost the race, but he's going to finish out anyway. Nope, Matt is not going to go to the Ginzo tree first. He's going to go to Sorrow.
And doing this grenade jump here instead of climbing the right wall a little. The wall of shame it was, right?
Yes,
Ooh,
sorry.
Okay, still...
I was typing, 1 sec.
Yeah, no problem.
Just quickly communicating with Terra and Matt. Save me, Spark.
I was just a little bit worried for Matt there because he had a bit of trouble with his damage boost, but is he actually on... No, he's on 13 health. I thought maybe he even was on full health, being 15, but he's not. He can still do a slow climb here and get up all the way into the Dorito Cave with charge jump and climb. And now with Bash Grenade, doesn't even really need glide.
No, he doesn't. I'm guessing Mad might take an intent to restore his health, or maybe he's just not even going to bother. Yeah, that's where having the Bash Grenades can be nice. He should still be okay. He'll survive 1 more hit.
Ooh,
almost.
Yeah,
but that's okay. 1 more save will restore his health. Doesn't need it, though. Yeah, that'll be intentional. The death after taking damage, I mean. Not the damage in the first place.
He's missing a little bit of health. He could just do another save and set up, but he's proven to us that he can do this. He's fine. He should be through now. Doesn't even take another damage, which he could have actually done now. And Ghost Storing, this is his second to last tree, I think. Only needs the Bash tree now.
This was the harder of the 2 trees remaining. Bash is going to be an absolute breeze, and even the final escape is a breeze for Madinsane at this point. I have to say, these seeds were, and this seed in particular, was pretty cruel. I mean, to put Bash down at that location.
Yeah, the left experience in Grotto. That's like that was in logic pretty early, I think. I think they got wall jump and double jump pretty early, but
yep.
It was so slow to check that pickup at the time, and then you just kind of forget about it.
Well, that's kind of the problem, though, is like when you have the availability to clear out the entire map, it's statistically very unlikely that exact pickup is going to be the thing that you need. And of course, that was the case because the entire progression of the seed at one point was stuck due to Bash. But in this seed, Bash was there. In 99% of seeds, it's not going to be there, and you're better off skipping it in terms of the time save.
Yeah, like you said, with all of the right side basically being in progression from like the start with having charge jump and I think was wall jump and double jump. So many pickups were in logic that this pickup in left grotto definitely classifies as one of these one-off pickups, which both of these runners had to check a lot of them later. Because
yeah, Matt also did a nice trick at the beginning of Ginso to skip some of the cutscene, getting a little bit bullied, but he's okay. That particular Ginso teleporter can be rather mean in that regard. Interesting to me that madinsane was checking any additional pickups. I mean, he knows that he's lost the seed already, but the only thing that Mad could really want at this point that matters is Feather. Well, Dash too, I guess. So never mind. Both remaining skills could be valuable.
They could. I wonder if they could be found here, though. I don't really know how to read the logic in this seed any further than like getting the water vein with the climb charge jump thing that they did.
You reach a point in any seed where logic kind of goes out the window and you just think, all right, just screw it. What can I do to win? So there we go, 10 out of 10 trees. Mad also has the water vein. He has the sunstone. He has the swamp teleporter. He has ultra defense. He has 13 health.
Yep, and 12 energy, which kind of shows how many pickups he had to check. Maybe he will show us his pickup count at the end of the seed. He of course does not have to, but I would be kind of interested.
That's interesting. Matt actually had the Horror Fields teleporter. That's one that rarely comes up, because if you have the swamp teleporter, it's probably like slower, or at least just barely faster to go over to the Horror Fields teleporter. Did get it. Nice grenade jumps as well. Well aimed grenade jumps too.
Yeah, this 3 successful grenade jumps in a row, and just as a reminder, it's a frame perfect trick. You have to actually, do I remember the order? I think you have to throw a grenade and then charge jump the frame after. Maybe I just confused it, but
it's that or the other way, but it's those two actions one frame apart. Which means it's not that hard to press 2 buttons on the same frame. Like, not really.
Yeah.
Pressing 2 buttons 1 frame apart, that's hard. And for anyone who might not be aware, in Ori Randomizer, or just in Ori in general, we allow control rebinding in a very liberal kind of way. Like, you can have one button do multiple actions or whatever, as long as it's on the same frame. We do not allow macros, so grenade jumps are always a manual button press 1 frame apart.
As door warp for that matter, and madinsane is having a little bit of trouble with it. He's probably on his 8th attempt or something now. This is another frame perfect trick, and since we're not allowed to use the macro, he has to do it with pressing up on the frame the game loads. He has gotten it now. He's checking the validation pickup. I appreciate that very much.
What if it's Feather?
I don't know if it can be, but I would love.
It could be, because the Sorrow teleporter could get you access to the charge jump tree. It's not.
It's just experience, but always nice when you know that this pickup has had some interesting skills throughout this tournament already.
Well, there we go. Mad is starting his final escape as well. It should be a pretty plain final escape. I mean, it'll be glideless and dashless, but apart from that, Mad is going to just show us how it's done.
He has so much health. He has ultra defense. He has charge flame to not even... Oh, okay. He's opting to do the grenade methods, the grenade jump methods. Gets it again. That's 4 grenade jumps in a row, which he pulled off successfully.
Yeah, attempting to... Oh my god, just barely got it. Did not get out of the way fast enough. Breaking the barricade there is, I believe, the thing that despawns Kuro. It's not getting into the nook, and so Mad was just a tiny bit short. Trying to aim this grenade jump, I think, below that barricade. I think he's probably going to keep trying it, if I had to guess. No, he's not. He's just going to continue on.
Yeah, gotta stomp the barricade and continue. He's doing this grenade jump here, though. And gets it. So
yeah,
now...
good angle to not...
Maybe he will do another grenade jump. He absolutely does not have to do this. But he does either way. Oh, okay. Look at that. He has so much health, so he could totally just try this and even take it into the
matter.
frames here.
Mad's gonna take 2.5 damage in the water, so it's fine. Like, look how much health he has remaining. Okay, 3 damage, whatever it was.
Ooh, yeah,
Oh,
that's the one tough thing here. Not spawning Kuro. Can he get out of the fast? No, he can't. Okay, taking a little death there to Kuro, but this just means more grenade jumps, right?
There we go. That one was a well angled. It's just that the boulders in the way those boulders are on a cycle. On the first attempt at the escape, the cycle is predictable. After that, they are less predictable. Another nice grenade jump. Yep, he's just gonna keep going for them. Nice job there too. That's a pretty difficult one because of the shots from the elemental.
madinsane has told us before this race that he's very confident in his ability to pull off grenade jumps lately, and he's certainly showing it throughout this this escape here. Now, opting to go for not this grenade jump. Okay, skipping the. Oh, come on, Matt. Yeah,
he
now he's
despawned Kuro. I was gonna say the fire was creeping up, but despawning Kuro matters. With this, Mad is almost done. He can do a grenade jump, so he's on the wall. I mean, Matt has done a number of grenade jumps already. First try, no soft block, GG.
Yeah, barely finishing the seat with over now. Of course, he did some funny stuff in the final escape, so this is not like a real final time for him, but he knew that he lost this match, and this means that he's out of the tournament. So why not have a little bit of fun in your like last few minutes of the seat?
Yeah, we get some concept art from Terra, by the way, over on the left side. There is concept art and some such available in the game, although we kind of don't look at it very often. Anyway, Matt is holding right with Naru, and he is done with a final time of 1 hour and 52 seconds. To reiterate, that is a 2-0 victory for Terra over madinsane, meaning that Mad is unfortunately out of the randomizer tournament, but Terra is his hopes are still alive until he faces Sigma, when they will maybe be less alive than they were before. Time will tell.
Yeah, madinsane is out of the tournament now, but he has showed quite a good performance. Like madinsane, I always connect him with some really tough strats because he has lots of knowledge of the randomizer. In fact, he showed today attempting some of these really tough strats, which did not turn out to work out for him in the end. But man, yeah, that's still a great performance.
Yeah.
That's all I really want to say.
I want to hear from Terra and Matt, so I'm going to pull him in. Hey, you guys, GG.
Bye. Yo, GG.
So just before I ask anything specific, Terra, we'll start with you. Just how did you feel about those 2 seeds?
First seed good, second seed bad.
What about you, madinsane?
Both of them were terrible.
Sorry, Terra, I think I cut you off. You were going to continue.
Oh, was I? I'm not sure. You go.
Sure. Well, I have a number of specific questions. I guess we'll start with that second seed since it's more fresh. You guys had the clue that. Oh wait, or was it the first seed that you had a water vein clue?
It was the first seed with a water vein clue on the third tree.
So I guess Terra and Mad, you were actually both skipped that bash location. Was that something that you both just intentionally skipped on the gamble that it wouldn't matter, or how long did it take you to remember it? And Terra, we'll start with you.
Where was bash in the first seed?
Oh, I was.
Sorry, you meant the second seed. Sorry.
I completely messed up the question. I'm sorry. Yes, the second seed.
I can't remember if I had enough health to get it at the time, but when I went down there, I don't know. I think I just completely forgot about it. And when I went back to it, I was thinking, oh, maybe I just didn't have enough health to get this. But that hurt when I picked it up.
Sure. Well, sort of a different question, still in the second seed for you, madinsane. The water vein was, of course, at Fax, because of course it was. When's the last time you've done actual legitimate Fax?
With glide not that long ago, like probably within a week, but glideless, windless, probably never succeeded at it, so...
Oh my god, did you do glideless, windless facts?
No, I found climb instead.
Okay, thank you. Oh.
Well, it was cool to see the attempts. I'll say that much. Spark, I think I'll toss to you for the next one.
Yeah, this question is considering both seeds actually, and I will direct this question to Terra, because you, in both of these seeds, you were on 3 energy when you knew that Grotto was in logic, and then you decided to go with the energy glitch to make the Death Gauntlet play. So I guess kind of tell us what you were thinking by doing that, because you could have gotten to Grotto in other ways.
It's just so slow going over the Spider Sack. It's just kind of what I do. I never want to go over Spider Sack and through Hollow Grove. If I got 3 energy and I can go over through Spider Sack, I'll always just glitch through Death Gauntlet. It means nearer trees, lots of pickups. I think the only time I won't is if I don't have a good way to clear out a lot of pickups in Grotto. Like if it's a wall jump. I can't actually remember what I had in the first seed. I think
You
I had
guys
climb.
were stuck on climb for a while, so there was a lot of micro lead.
Oh yeah. I can't remember. I think I just didn't want to go up the top through Spider Sack.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a pretty slow area.
Yeah.
I have one more quick question for you, Terra. In that second seed, you guys started with charge jumping grenade pretty early, and you used those to check the dash plant.
Yes.
Just, jump in the air. Is that something that you were like experimenting with, or did you already know you personally never seen it before?
I had no idea if I could get it or not, so I was just trying it. I didn't have enough energy to skip the cutscene, and I messed up a little bit. So I thought, I'm just going to see if I can get this.
And you found wall jump on the dash tree directly after.
Yeah, that was fun times.
Well, another question for you then, Mad. Going back to that first seed, as I said, you guys had to use a lot of micro. Showed off some really, really clever ones. Were a lot of your strategies in the first seed based on like experience, or were you sort of doing some improvisation? For example, down in left grotto, you try to sort of climb to the wall and air dash. I'm just kind of curious how much of that was improvised.
I think most of it, like up until the point in which I got dash in the first seed, like all of the climb tricks at that point are just things I've done a million times, so just all well practiced. But after I got dash and started trying to see what random pickups I could get, I was kind of in master logic mode of, I wonder what's possible here. Probably isn't the best strategy.
Sure. Well, with that, those were some... Jesus, those seeds were pretty insane. So I guess, Terra, to go back to you, you are now 2-0 in this match. You're going to go up against Sigma next. So I guess I have to ask, how are you feeling about that matchup?
I'm so excited. That's it. I'm just excited. No, I don't know how I'll do. I think I can win. I think Sigma can win. Just flip a coin or something.
It'll be like a 2-minute broadcast, just do 2 coin flips, and
yeah,
that'll be the whole thing.
If I do win, then it will just wreck everyone's prediction bracket except Sigma's, who's put me to beat him.
Oh my god.
That's my motivation.
Sure. Well, to you then, Mad, you are unfortunately attorney, but are you satisfied with your play, not only in this match but in Swiss as well?
I'd say I definitely could have done better, but I'm kind of happy now because this means I can just go back to pure master instead of having to do standard. So, yeah.
Why do you prefer master?
Because I don't get punished as much for doing the ridiculous things that I can think of, and I can just spend a bunch of time just trying to figure out what stuff is possible instead of trying to go fast.
Sure. Makes a lot of sense. Well, Spark, what other questions do you have?
Maybe just one last question to madinsane, since he's left the tournament officially now. How excited are you for Randomizer 3.0?
Oh, I am looking forward to it, especially Insane. I'm looking forward to the Insane changes as well. See what stuff can be added to that and what stuff is being put in as well.
Well, I'll be excited to watch it. GG to both of you. Those were not the easiest seeds that I've seen, to say the very least.
Thank you.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, GG indeed. And with that, this match has been decided in Terra's favor, but there's still another match today. It's gonna be at 10 p.m. EDT on Speed Gaming 2. This will be Richard versus Trojan Dude, and if I'm not mistaken, it's actually a game 3, so it will also decide which one of these two will advance through the bracket.
Yeah, that'll be a cool one. Otherwise, on this broadcast, thanks to Grease for trucking both matches. This match, Ronnie, and last match, Ozzy for trucking. We also had Griffs restreaming both matches, and of course, Spark. Pleasure commentating with you as always.
It was pretty fun commenting the seed, Grim. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude. So we will see you all back on Speed Gaming 2 at 10 p.m. Eastern for more Ori. See ya.
See ya.